For Revelations, I just punched my desk. Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jamsy video. Today we're here listing things. Isn't that fun? So I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm going to let you get straight in and get caught up with past Jamsy, who's a fucking idiot. So I'll see you all at the end of the video. Have fun. Okay, so I'm pissed. So I was just recording this, but I forgot to hit record, so I just wasted 10 minutes fucking rambling. Welcome, tier list. I'm on a bit of a tier list trend right now, so let's explain what's going on here. What are we tier listing today? These down here are all games I have tried to 100% complete. I haven't 100%ed every game, far from it, but they are all games I have tried to 100%. I will clarify which ones I haven't 100%ed when we get to them, but for now, these are the games I've tried to 100%. And we're going to rank them in terms of difficulty for the completion criteria. So, our tiers here. These are the ones that really piss me off, that feel impossible. These are the ones that are just really difficult and are frustrating to do. My mid tedious, obviously we're looking at, these are 100% criteria that aren't difficult, they're just very tedious and long. Easy down here, that's self-explanatory, it's just games that are easy to 100%, but maybe they are like a complete breeze. You actually have to put some effort into them, you know? And then, wasn't 100% supposed to be hard. These are the games that are so easy, it feels like you could do them with your eyes closed. You got that, ladies and gent? I hope so. So let's jump into it with our first one, which is Bully Scholarship Edition. Been a long time since I played Bully. It must have been years before I even started my channel, so I don't remember too much about this. I'm gonna put it, I don't know if I should put it in easy or tedious. I think I'm gonna put it in tedious for now, and the reason why is because in Bully, there's a lot of, you have to collect things like rubber bands and radio towers, you have to smash pumpkins, there's a lot of outfits to collect, but that's because, yeah, it's so tedious, and I don't think it's difficult at all, there's just like a lot you have to do, so tedious. It's not hard at all though, there's not many hard achievements, it's really just the collectibles. Clash of Heroes, I won't do you first, because I already did you before I had to scrap it because I didn't take record. So Clash of Heroes, what do we have here? So this is a game you guys have probably never heard of, but it's kind of a mix between a match 3 game and a strategy game. It's a lot of fun, but it's not hard, it has about 12 achievements. It's so easy to do. In fact, it has to be an easy and not 100% hard. The problem with this is it has a lot of little annoying achievements that require luck to set up. Things like, I think you need to make 3 links, which, it's not too hard, but it's a very luck-based, but it's 100% criteria is what I'm trying to say. You're not going to have an easy time, you're not going to have a hard time either. It's definitely not tedious. There's barely anything to do. Arkham City and Arkham Knight will do with it. Actually, yeah, we'll go for tedious for now. Even above Arkham City. So the difference between the two of these that makes it so hard to pick is, I gotta say, Arkham City is a lot more tedious. These really could go either way, but Arkham City is a lot more tedious because Arkham City, fun fact, it has the most collectibles of the Arkham series. Arkham City has 440 Riddler trophies, which is more than even Arkham Knight. It has easily the most, and that makes it a very tedious one to complete. Plus all the side quests, although most of the side quests in this game are fun, it's still tedious for Riddler. But what differentiates them is, well, this is more tedious, this is actually harder. To unlock the collectibles in Arkham City, you have to interrogate Riddler thugs, who will then tell you their locations, which isn't hard. You beat up a few people and then you press Y to interrogate the Riddler thugs. It's not hard, you'll unlock every Riddler secret on the map before long. Arkham City didn't have Riddler thugs, so what you had to do in Arkham Asylum, rather, not City, we've talked about City. What you had to do in Arkham Asylum was you had to collect the Riddler maps, and these things were hidden everywhere, they didn't appear on your maps or anything, so you had to find these, which makes it a lot harder than just running around and collecting things like in Arkham City it was. Because the Riddler thugs in Arkham City are just everywhere, and there are more than enough to fill out the map. The Riddler maps are very specific, in specific locations, and you have to find them. But both of these don't really have any like difficult challenges or anything. 50 times combo free flows, you have to beat up all the thugs that Joker's by in Arkham Asylum. There's an achievement for catching a remote control Batarang. None of that's hard. The only hard thing about the criteria for these games really are the combat and predator challenges, which these things take a lot of skill, time, patience and practice to learn and execute, but they're not that hard at all. They're very easy to do. You shouldn't really struggle with them too much, just give it some time and practice. And editing Jamsy strikes. So reflecting upon it now, I just want to say that I'd probably put Arkham Asylum a tier below Arkham City, because I think Arkham City still has more challenge, despite the Riddler map, because of the challenge maps from Predator and Combat challenges. Deadlock. I've never actually 100%ed Deadlock, but it's easy. It's very easy. The only reason I haven't is because there's a few slightly tedious trophies in there that just like, you have to search 5 characters in a row. That's so easy to do, I just can't be bothered to do it. But this is a little zombie survival game that probably isn't as good as I remember it, but I'm very nostalgic for it. It's not bad at all. It's super easy to do. There's no difficult trophies. Sometimes you have to round some zombies up and then play a jukebox. But there's nothing hard at all. You won't struggle with this one. We'll do this first. Lego Movie the video game. Most of the Lego games are going into the bottom category. If you've ever tried to play through a Lego game, you'll understand how easy 100% is. The only one I can think of that wouldn't go in wasn't 100% hard. I wouldn't put the Skywalker Saga in that category because there's a lot more collectibles in Skywalker Saga. But every other Lego game will probably go in wasn't 100% hard. And it's not tedious either, because even though you have to replay every level in the games for mini-kits and stuff, each level changes drastically based off the characters you bring and the mini-kits you're collecting and stuff, and so you'll explore new areas and everything. There's no real difficult achievements, there's some fun little things to do after the game for achievements, so that's where that's going. Also very easy to explain. The Walking Dead Telltale. There's nothing to even say about this one, which is why we're doing it now. The only 100% criteria in Telltale's Walking Dead is to beat the game. There's about 30 achievements. In fact, I think there's...
You killed a man.
There should be 25 achievements in Telltale's Walking Dead. In fact, there's 6 chapters per episode, so yeah, it's 30. There's 30 achievements in the game, and each achievement is just for beating one chapter of one episode. So you will literally get the 100% as long as you beat the entire game. There's nothing else to say about it. This is by far the easiest 100%. This is the easiest one on this list. It's not even close. Jedi Fallen Order, ladies and gents. This'll be a fun one. The only reason this isn't going in booty cheeks is because the game's actually really fun, and it kept my interest with... Every time while I was running around to get the collectibles, it kept my interest with things like little combat encounters that pop up with stormtroopers and stuff. And extra credit to this game, because the only reason it's not in booty cheeks is because it's actually fun to do. Even the collectibles aren't meaningless collectibles like the Riddler trophies. The collectibles in Jedi Fallen Order always give you cosmetic. There's a few difficult achievements. There's the meditation training, which is all the combat challenges, getting the medals. That's the only thing I haven't done in Fallen Order, is I haven't gotten the medals for the meditation training. Ridiculously hard. And you could argue it could be knocked up to booty cheeks for that, but if I took time and patience and practiced those combat challenges, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to do it without too much frustration. The collectathon in Fallen Order is fun, so yeah, it has to be tedious because there's so much shit to collect, and there's also no fast travel in the game. So if you remember, this is the first game I've rated actually that I've done on the channel. So if you guys remember watching along with this, it's infuriating. Because we had to walk everywhere and then we had to walk all the way back. Jedi Survivor fixes this issue by adding fast travel. But beating the story was fun. The game's fun apart from all the backtracking. Jedi Survivor, you might think I might put this just below Fallen Order because I mentioned it fixed the fast travel. This game has pissed me off. For those of you who aren't in the know, this is one of our current stream goals. One of our current streams is to 100% Jedi Survivor. I also haven't done a stream on this game in like 2 weeks. So if I'm going to 100% the game, why haven't I streamed it? It's glitched. So what's going on is there's a glitch in Jedi Survivor with Cage's bounty hunting missions where you'll get a certain bounty and there's a probability that the game just soft locks on you and that Cage won't give you any more bounty missions. And I've hit that. Cage isn't giving me another bounty, so I can't 100% the game. The only fix to this from what I've seen is to start a new game, but I'm not starting a new game for one side quest. They are trying to fix the bug, but until that bug is fixed, I'm not 100% in Jedi Survivor because I'm not starting a new save file for it. Everything else is fine. This game added side quests which work in Fallen Order. The side quests are all fun, interesting. I always got sidetracked from the main story because I was interested in the side quests and they popped up. So that's good game and map design right there. The maps are fantastically designed. I like most of the Jedi Survivor worlds more than the Fallen Order. The main story is a blast. There's not really any difficult achievements from what I've seen. The annoying meditation training of the first game is gone, instead replaced by something similar, but they aren't nearly as hard. The collectibles are still all cosmetic related, so you actually get a reward for collecting each and every collectible. If it weren't for the bounty hunting side quest being bugged, this could probably just be tedious. It would still be tedious for the collectibles, but it would not be in booty cheeks if it weren't for the bug. But also the game is quite long anyway, so that's already something you have to focus on when beating it, you know. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But Jedi Survivor, not bad at all. I'd love to put it in tedious, but side quest bugs, ain't it? Assassin's Creed 2, let me tell you, this isn't that hard. It should really go in tedious, but my personal experience with Assassin's Creed 2, this is nearly in the top tier for me. It's like right on the border. So why is Assassin's Creed 2 so bad? Feathers, collecting feathers. What a pain. So yeah, I was collecting these things, but my problem was that too, and I was 100%ing this game. I couldn't find all the feathers by myself, so I looked up a guide and I went through the guide feather by feather to go around and collect every single feather, and I got to the end of the guide and I picked up the last feather and the pop-up came up. 99 out of 100 feathers. I was pissed. I was fuming, bro. I had to go back through the entire guide to get a single fucking feather. And your reward isn't even great. Once you collect all the feathers, you get the Auditore cape, and it gives you permanent notoriety. It's a terrible reward for a terrible mission. Otherwise, the game's great. There's no side quests, really. There's a few, like, assassination contracts and stuff, but there's no side quests. So, main story's fun. Buying all the weapons and stuff, that's fun. Doing the tunes for the assassin, like, locks to get all players' armor, that's fun. Most of this really isn't hard at all. I tell you what I'm gonna do, actually. This too. I don't know about this. I wish I had another tier, honestly, but they wouldn't let me make one for some reason. We'll figure this out later. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the reason I just started moving things around, mid-tedious. The problem with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the 100% sync. It's got the same problem as Assassin's Creed 2 with collectibles too. You have to collect like 101 Borgia flags and you have to collect 10 feathers. But unlike Assassin's Creed 2, when I was 100%ing Brotherhood, I didn't miss anything. So I didn't have to go back through looking for one fucking thing, which immediately takes it down on the fury scale for me. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is so much nicer because I didn't miss anything. But the problem is 100% synchronization. Every story mission and even side quest mission in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood comes with an optional objective that they refer to as 100% synchronization. And it can be stuff like do the entire mission without getting detected, go the entire mission without taking a hit, go the entire mission without dropping 2 bars of health in Leonardo da Vinci's tank. As you might be able to tell, that side quest with Da Vinci's tank kind of pissed me off a little. So the 100% sync makes this game very hard, but it's not booty cheeks, because getting those 100% sync missions are actually fun. They're fun challenges to try and do. So yeah, It's really not that bad at all. Again, I can't think of any like achievements that stand out in 100%ing this. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Revelations is gonna go the same place. Similar thing, it's got their 100% sync. All the missions are fun, they're easy to do, they're all unique. I love these games a lot. I really don't have any problems with them. I don't think they're hard to 100%. I think they're a little tedious at times because of all the collectibles, but they've never 100%ing them never angered me. The den defense isn't hard. For Revelations, I just punched my death. Yeah, I can't really think of, none of that was hard to me. The thing that stands out that made that hard. We're gonna do this. I did this when I was like 8 years old. I don't remember it at all. This has like 12 achievements. I can do it when I'm a young child, so you know it's not going to be hard. Yeah, I don't really, there's not much to say about this. Fun game, easy achievements, easy 100% criteria. More Lego game, complete saga. Yeah, no achievements that stand out. You need to max on studs, which is 4 billion studs. That's not hard with the stud multipliers. Re-exploring the levels and getting the mini kits is fun. There's like time challenges in complete saga. Those are cool. Yeah, that's not hard at all. So same thing as Lego movie game. There's nothing bad about this. It's really not. Yeah. It's pleasant. This has a lot to do. Its missions are long. We're gonna move those up so that they're represented as easier, I think. This has so much content to do that I'm almost tempted to put it up here. But at the end of the day, it's a Lego game. It's made for 5-year-olds. It's not going to be hard. So it's going in easy. The same thing as these Lego games. Collectathon, easy. Buying characters, buying red bricks, easy. This reminds me there's one more game I haven't completed, or I haven't included here. That was on Joshua channel. And that, ladies and gents, is Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's the exact same thing. I'd probably put it just above Lego Movie here, right before Battlefield. It's again very easy, buying red bricks, buying characters. There's nothing hard about that 100%. It's the same as every other Lego game. It's fun to replay through the missions, if slightly tedious at times. It's always interesting to revisit those missions, explore new places and stuff. So I really don't have any criticisms. Call of Duty Black Ops. We're gonna put at the top of here, I think. Even just over the collectathon that is Jedi Survivor. Black Ops 2 this is, by the way, because I never run for 100% on Black Ops 1. This is another game I haven't 100%ed. The thing about this is, Black Ops 2 isn't hard to 100%. It's just tedious and it takes patience and you need to be good. I could have this 100% if I sat down and I was patient and I tried for it. And the other big thing is if I had friends. A lot of the zombies Easter eggs for this game, you need 4 players. I don't have 3 other players to do those achievements with. So, yeah. There's also multiplayer achievements and stuff. But none of it's hard. If I had, you know, if I had enough money to buy copies for my friends, if the online servers were still very active, I could get those achievements. I could, you know, I could get the zombie stuff easily. I don't think any of it's hard. This is going to be unfair, but Galaxy is going in booty cheat. And the reason why is because this is one of the other games we've done on the channel alongside the Jedi games. Galaxy, the reason it's going in booty cheats just below the feather and the bugged bounty hunting is because this game, it's on the channel as an emulated game. And so the problem with this is I can't do the missions where you have to roll on the ball. It's the reason I've never 100%ed Galaxy. Is because my series on Galaxy 1 would already be done, but because of emulation I can't roll on the little ball well, and so I can't beat one specific level. That currently has me soft locked. That's all there is to it, and it pisses me off, so it's there. Otherwise it could probably go in one of the tedious categories because it's a lot of collecting. But each power star is pretty fun and unique to get, so I would probably say it isn't tedious. So this is going in mid. Probably above Jedi Survivor, below Black Ops. Why is Galaxy 2 so high up here? Because Galaxy 2 has something Galaxy 1 doesn't have, which almost makes me want to put it in booty cheat, but I can't. Galaxy 2 has Grandmaster Galaxy, and for those of you who have ever tried to be Grandmaster Galaxy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That is a nuisance. So Grandmaster Galaxy is a gauntlet of difficulty, and it's basically just one challenge after the other, and it's The first power star on Grandmaster Galaxy isn't too bad. It's the second star that really does it, because the second star makes Grandmaster Galaxy's gauntlet even harder, but more importantly, it only lets you take one hit before you die, and there's no checkpoint. That second power star is called the perfect one, and it's not fucking around. You need to be perfect for it. Mario games in recent years have had a tradition of having a final level that's like some kind of really hard gauntlet. Most recently it's been Mario Odyssey with the Darker Side. But honestly, Darker Side isn't that bad. We'll get to Darker Side later. It's not that bad at all. It's just interesting. So Galaxy 2 perfect run. It's a very hard level, and that's why I changed this to mid/tedious. Because Galaxy 2 isn't tedious to complete at all. It's just difficult with the perfect run. Mario Bros. U, easy tedious. There's a lot of star medals you have to complete. I'll probably put it at the bottom. The Mario 2D games aren't hard to 100%. They aren't at all. They are just slightly tedious because of star kinds and stuff. And then of course you've got the 9th world, which actually has some difficult levels. But again, it's all tedious. Well, there's no real difficulty there. I mean, it's a children's game. I'm not gonna struggle. There's not much I can say about that. It doesn't have anything like the perfect run. It doesn't have any of the kind of collectibles and backtracking that Jedi Survivor has. It doesn't have the 100% sync missions like Brotherhood. Mario Galaxy we talked about too. It doesn't have any game-breaking bugs. It doesn't have poor controls because of emulation, and they didn't just piss me off. So Mario Bros. U in tedious, and Mario Odyssey also tedious. I got 999 power moons and I maxed out on coins, bro. I'm lucky to have done this when Luigi's Balloon World was introduced, which means I could get a lot of coins a lot quicker than the actual grind for coins was before Balloon World. And Balloon World made it a lot more fun to get those coins. Otherwise this could probably be above Arkham City, but I did it with Balloon World out, so it was a lot easier for me. I might move it just above Arkham City anyway, just because of what I just mentioned, the Darker Side. What a fucking pain, bro. The Darker Side is a difficult mission. I don't think it's hard by any means, but it's a difficult mission for sure. Right, I just completely contradicted myself by saying it's not hard, it's difficult. It's not over the top difficult. It's definitely not nearly as bad as the perfect one, but it is frustrating. Something that saves this is there's a lot of little like glitches and skips for Darker Side, which there isn't for the perfect run. Things like using Glidon to fly over half the course in Darker Side, that makes it a lot easier. Perfect run doesn't have any of that. The other notable thing about Odyssey is the skip rope challenge. Jump rope genius. 100 consecutive jumps over skipping rope. I didn't even get that legitimately, I'll tell you now. I fully used an exploit, a glitch to do that move. It was so difficult for me. And I don't understand why, because everyone always struggles with like the beach volleyball on Seaside Kingdom. But I found that so easy compared to fucking Jump Rope Genius. But apart from that, nothing's bad. It's slightly tedious because a lot of the moons aren't interesting to get, but there's some really cool ones. The seed moons in Metro Kingdom stand out to me. So yeah, nothing bad at all. Dying Light with its following expansion. There's just a lot of side quests and stuff. It's not easy to 100%, but it's not really hard either. It didn't annoy me too much. But it does have to go up here, but I won't put it above the things that actually annoyed me. The problem with Dying Light is it has legacy levels, so once you've completely maxed out all your skill trees, you'll start earning legend points, and you'll never max the legend tree, bro. There's just too much to do. But apart from that, there's fun Easter eggs in the game, there's fun achievements, like there's one that references Mario. There's tons and tons of fun stuff to do in this game. Most of it 100% criteria really isn't too bad, it's just the legend levels. Fun missions. The side quests are fun, even though there's a lot of them. So yeah, there's nothing to say about that. The Godfather 2, it's going here. It's not a breeze like these ones have been, but it's also not tedious or difficult. In The Godfather, one of the main 100% things is you have to collect weapon upgrades. There's Mark 3 of every weapon you can have in the game. So you'd think I'd get annoyed with the collectathon stuff like I have in a lot of these other games, but the thing is, there's not all that much to collect, and you get a good reward every time for doing it. I gave these games points for cosmetics, but I don't care about cosmetics. This makes your guns better. The collectibles are actually worth getting in this game, because they will make the rest of the game easier. Godfather 2. There's a few easy achievements. Nothing stands out to me as difficult. That's where that's going. I can't think of anything bad. Taking over brackets is really fun. Taking over properties from other mob bosses. Eliminating the other mob bosses. I love this game a lot. And yeah, it's not hard to 100%. Subnautica, I'm gonna have to put just below the Lego games. The only problem with this is that you need cuttlefish eggs. Technically, to platinum the game, you only need one cuttlefish egg, which is hard to miss because it's pretty story related. But I want to get all 5 cuttlefish eggs, and I've currently got 3. I've got the one from the mushroom tree, I've got the one from the Degassi habitat, and I know where the one in the Lost River is. I don't actually have that one. I know there's a cuttlefish egg in the dunes somewhere, which means swimming past about 20 repellent pythons. And that's the problem with this, is you have to swim into an area of the game where you don't technically ever have to enter the dunes to complete the game. But if you want that cuttlefish egg, you need to go there. So, yeah. And then I don't know where the last cuttlefish egg is, but it's not hard. Every other achievement in this game is literally story related, I think. There might be an achievement for base building, which isn't necessarily story related. But everything else is literally discover the Lost River, discover the desert, the disease research facility, get cured, blah blah blah. It's easy. Easier than the Lego games even. And talking of the Lego games, Lego Star Wars 3. My favourite Lego game. I remember this 100% a bit more than these two. The problem with this one is that there's a lot of real-time strategy elements in Lego Star Wars 3, and you have to do a lot of these ground battles in order to 100% the game. Because you can unlock Tarkin and Palpatine as playable characters if you completely change galaxy alignment from Republic to Separatist, and vice versa. So there's nothing too hard, it's just a bit slow, a bit tedious, but it's the same thing as all the Lego games really. Fun, replay the levels, get the mini kits. Each set of 10 mini kits gives you a different character, by the way. Like, you can play a Star Killer in this game. Huge, absolutely huge. The Escapist. Tedious. I'll put it there. The problem with the Escapist is there's a lot of like just low achievements. You need to make like $1,000. You need to flood the toilets 50 times. There's a lot of slow, tedious things like that which aren't bad to do, but they just aren't fun either, and they're very tedious. It's a super easy game to 100%. It's super easy to beat. It's just, yeah, slow. Alright, you guys must be wondering why I've organised all these games, and so far I haven't put a single game in Super Anger. The reason why Super Anger is empty is it's reserved for 2 special games, so we'll put both of them up there right now. Dead Rising and Left 4 Dead 2. This one we'll get to in a moment, but this one just takes an extreme level of skill that I just don't have. This one! Dead Rising is... it ticks all the boxes for bad 100% criteria. Because first of all, it's tedious. It's very tedious. There's an achievement for Zombie Genocider because the creators of Dead Rising and Valve were bickering with each other. So Left 4 Dead and Dead Rising kept going back and forth with Zombie Genocider, Zombie Genocider, Zombie Genocidist achievements. And so they would keep increasing the total amount of zombies you had to kill by 1 zombie. And so in this game you have to kill like 53,900 zombies. And the worst part is you have to do it all in one run. If you don't before you get a game ending, then it doesn't count. Because the zombie kill counter counts off of your current run. If you get a game ending, like, you know, if you make it to the end of the 72 hours and the game ends, your zombie kill counter will reset to 0 kills. It immediately takes extremely tedious. It It ticks some of my check marks for this, like buggy, mess, collectathon, and bad controls. Shooting in Dead Rising is absolutely terrible. The controls are funky, faked. I can't even explain it, but it's so bad. Collectathon stuff and bugs. It's all... The game's old. The game's like 2008 or something. It's very old. So it's gonna have a lot of bugs, but yeah, it has terrible AI for its survivors, who you're supposed to escort. Multiple times during boss fights, the boss just got glitched. There was one particular bug that scared me so bad because I was trying to beat the main story, and a cutscene played for when you enter the safe room at midnight, but I was entering the safe room at 6 AM to continue the story, and so this cutscene glitched out the game. It wouldn't play the cutscene for the story, and I thought I was going to fail the story and have to reset from the start of the game because that cutscene played, and I was so scared. Thankfully it didn't, but it bugged out like that really weirdly. Collectathon, you have to wear every single type of outfit. You have to rescue 50 survivors, of which there's only 51 survivors in the game. You have to collect all 100 PP stickers, which you collect by taking a picture of them, and they're very, very, very tiny yellow stickers hidden all around the map. You have to collect so much shit for that. And on top of that, it's just a really hard game in general. It's got a mid-story, and it's a very, very hard game. Do not recommend. Yeah, it's very slow, boring, for 100% especially. There's a lot of bad parts to it. And even despite all of that, ladies and gentlemen, despite all of that, I still managed to 100% this game, almost. The only reason I have not 100%ed Dead Rising is 2 achievements. 5-day and 7-day survivor. Fuck! Keeping in mind I'm playing this game on an Xbox 360, these achievements require you to go into the endless mode you unlock after beating the game, where your health will slowly drain and you have to eat food and stuff to heal, and if you take too many hits from zombies and psychopaths and stuff, you're just gonna die anyway because you won't have enough heals left in the mall, and you need to survive for 7 days in the mall while your health slowly drains. And the worst part about this is because they don't want you cheesing it, there's no saves or checkpoints in this mode, so you have to survive for 7 days without saving on an Xbox 360, which would very quickly overheat. And hey, guys, that doesn't sound too bad, right? 7 days, how long can that be? What? Each day can't be that long, right? Do you guys want to know how long 7 days is in Dead Rising? It is 14 real-life hours. That's over half a day, bro. So the only other way to do this would be to leave your Xbox running for long periods of time unsupervised while you get food, get drink, go to the toilet and stuff. Because you need to survive for 14 hours. Literally over half your day. And you can't save it or anything, so it has to be in one sitting. Fucking ridiculous. I hate that so much. Dead Rising, the worst 100% I've ever gone for. Don't try it. Except I'm stupid enough to where I might be buying and trying Dead Rising 2's 100% on stream. So if you guys are interested, come over and maybe check that out at some point. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is interesting. This just takes a lot of skill. Throughout my entire life, I have wanted to 100% Left 4 Dead. Ever since I first played the game, I've wanted to 100% it, and I've tried multiple times. If you've been following the streams, you'll know my most recent attempt. I was playing through this game with Jishra, and well, we were going for an achievement for beating a campaign on expert mode, and we were doing Dead Center because it's the first campaign. We made it to chapter 3 and then we couldn't win. We fully couldn't win, no matter how hard we tried. We could not beat that campaign, so we didn't. And that's not even the worst, because the achievement... The worst standout achievements for the criteria in this game are, I think it's Something to Prove, which is where you have to survive all 5 of the base game Left 4 Dead 2 Survivor campaigns in expert mode, so you can't just do one, you have to do all 5, and then on top of that, there's a further achievement for beating a single campaign in expert realism. Though the thing is, expert is hard enough on its own, but expert means you get things like closets where survivors will respawn, and you get things like that. In realism, you don't get any of that. If a survivor dies, they will not respawn until you make it to the safe room. they don't respawn in closets, so you have to make it one survivor down. And in Expert, the Witch will insta-kill you, the tank will instantly incapacitate you. It's ridiculous, it's so hard. But this one honestly isn't that bad, it's all in skill. You just need to be good at the game for this. But it pisses me off because I'm not good at the game. And that's the reason it's reserved for Super Anger. Saints Row 4, I remember this being tedious but not that bad. I love Saints Row, it's a fun game. I'm going to put it just above Odyssey. I bought every clothing item, I did every single challenge the game asked me to. I gold medaled every single side quest. It's not a terrible 100%, but it's not necessarily easy. Fun game, fun story, fun DLCs. I can't really say a whole lot about this one. It's fun, it's a little frustrating, yeah. And it's a little tedious, a little slow. Especially to get all like the gun upgrades, but it's not bad. FNAF World is bottom barrel of booty cheeks. FNAF World was fine for me up until the end of the main story. I am soft locked out of getting one of the end games unless I restart the game, because for one of the end game screens you need to have Golden Threadbare talk to Golden Threadbare, but because I beat the story there's no Golden Threadbare left to talk to, and I still haven't unlocked Golden Threadbare as a party character because for some reason I couldn't find him because he's ridiculously rare. So I'm soft locked out of getting that ending. And on top of that, the Halloween update, Cheetah's Magic Rainbow.
You can... Oh really? It's like that. Voice is off, you say. Well now you really got me off. You still sound...
Oh, Cheetah's Magic Rainbow. That is... It's a mini game like Unfair Mario and Cat Mario and things like that. And oh my god, I cannot beat it. And not only can't I beat it, but even if I did beat it, I would then have to beat it faster in a short time limit to unlock a second party member. That's not to mention that I'm supposed to beat Freddy in space with 0 cupcakes, so I can't upgrade my gun at all in that game. It's ridiculous. So, bottom barrel of booty cheeks. Portal 2, I can't remember, so I can't say much about it. I'll put it just above Mario Bros. U. I remember there being some really difficult puzzles in this game. The co-op's fun, and the co-op is great for trolling your friends. So I'm very tempted to buy Portal 2 for me and Jish, so we can do the multiplayer and, you know, troll around a little bit. I think it'll be fun, especially seeing him try to figure out puzzles. I think it'll be a really fun stream. So I'll just leave him to figure out all the puzzles while I troll him. Sounds like fun to me. So that's where we are. Hey, I already have Odyssey. I didn't know I already had Odyssey here. I can't delete you, so we're just gonna ignore you. Yeah, I really don't have much to say to this. There's some difficult puzzles, but nothing too bad. I don't remember any achievements that stand out. Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy. As a trilogy, it's probably gonna go just there. It's not as bad as any of these three because it doesn't have the problems of these three, but it's gonna go just there. As an entire trilogy though, there's a lot to do, there's a lot of gems to collect, there's a lot of hard levels to complete, because Crash Bandicoot is a hard game. And we're gonna start with Crash Bandicoot 1, which is just below. I'll be honest, Crash Bandicoot 1 makes up a good part, a good chunk of Crash is Insane Trilogy, 100% Criteria on its own. In Crash Bandicoot 1, the controls don't feel as fluid, they feel a bit janky. He feels like he has a very limited moveset, and on top of all of that, the problem with Crash 1 is that when you get one of the colour gems, that it might not even be it's not the colour gems. I'm pretty sure whenever you get a gem in this game, or maybe it is just the colour gems, but I think it's whenever you get a gem in this game, if you die after you collect that gem, you don't keep it. So you have to restart the level and collect it again. So, back in the future, I just researched this to make sure I was right, and it turns out I was wrong. What I've just been saying only applies to the coloured gems. It doesn't matter if you die collecting the clear gems. This is literally 90% of the reason the Insane Trilogy is up here. Crash 2, it's a little tedious, it's got some hard levels, but it's not nearly as bad as Crash 1. I'll put it above the perfect one, I think. I think it's a bit harder than the perfect one. Some of the levels, some of the extra criteria to unlock the gems. Crash 3 I'll put just below the perfect one, I think. I don't really remember anything in Crash 3 being too bad. The motorbiking levels were a little annoying. The plane levels were a little annoying. but I don't remember anything being as bad as the perfect one. So, I lied to you. Welcome to future tense. This is like those Mario games. It's a final challenge for Crash levels, putting everything you've learned to the test. Crash 1 had a similar level called Stormy Ascent, but future tense was a pain in the ass. There's one level in Crash 2 which is a snow level, and that sticks out to me as being bad. So Crash 3, 2 and 1 all together place the Insane Trilogy here, just below the buggy Jedi Survivor, the poor controls of Galaxy, and the piss take of Assassin's Creed 2. The Binding of Isaac. I'm gonna put Assassin's Creed up there, by the way, I think, just because it pissed me off that bad. The Binding of Isaac. You have to be dedicated to 100% this game, because not only do you have to unlock every item in the game, which unlocking items is done through a variety of ways, and then you have to beat every boss in the game with every character, including the Lost, who dies in one hit from any damage. You might be seeing why I'm getting a bit frustrated with this one. Not only do you have to beat 12 bosses, in fact no, it's 13 bosses and a boss rush with every character including the Lost, but you then have to unlock every item, beat every challenge, and beat every boss with every character on 3 separate save files to 100% this game. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking here about the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Since I tried to 100% this game, which of course I haven't done because you will not 100% this game unless you have thousands of hours of free time to dedicate to it, and you're extremely dedicated. Since I tried to 100% this game, they have brought out the expansion pack Binding of Isaac Repentance, which has more characters, more bosses, more floors, and more items to unlock. You're not beating that. The only reason why it isn't in Super Manga like these is because this is a very fun game, and just like Left 4 Dead, it takes a lot of skill, but this doesn't frustrate me nearly as much, and every single one in the Binding of Isaac feels extremely unique because of different synergies between the items and things like that. Compared to this takes skill, but at the end of the day, you're running through the same campaign. The AI director changes little things here and there, so everyone in Left 4 Dead feels fresh, but it doesn't feel nearly as unique as the Binding of Isaac. I'll never 100% the Binding of Isaac, I don't think, but it doesn't make me angry like it does the others. Battlefront 2, this is an Xbox Classic game, so there's no achievements. So as far as I'm concerned, literally the only actual 100% criteria for this would be to beat the campaign and then to beat the 5 Galactic Conquest missions. It's not hard at all, and it's very fun to do. Game's got a great story, great campaign. Galactic Conquest is our fun mode. I played through this game like an awful lot. I don't know, I'll play at the bottom of this tier, I think, right at the end. There's a few tedious things, like you have to grow the Tree of Wisdom to like 1,000 feet, and that just takes a lot of money. But there's nothing hard about this game. It's Plants vs Zombies, it's fun. You can throw Plants vs Zombies 2 up there as well, but I think Plants vs Zombies 2 would probably go right after Portal, because Plants vs Zombies 2 is actually a much harder game than Plants vs Zombies 1. But I just recently beat the last world in Plants vs Zombies 2, so it's really not that bad, it's just a little harder. There's really nothing to say about Plants vs Zombies. It's fun, it's easy. Minecraft is probably going right to the top. I have tried multiple times to 100% Minecraft, and every time things get in my way. Either I procrastinate, or I finally beat the Ender Dragon in bot survival and then died. So that was fun. But yeah, there's nothing hard about Minecraft as far as I'm concerned. You have to collect every colour of wall. You have to explore every biome. You have to tame animals. But there's nothing hard about it. It's got a lot of completion criteria. And the fact that I can't... I'll put it just below Call of Duty actually. The fact that I have never beaten it, no matter how many times I try, just because there's so much to do, tells me that it should be higher on the list, even though I don't think it's hard. And with that, ladies and gents, let's take one quick look at our organisation here and see what we've got. And let's see if I agree with everything I've said. Dead Rising is definitely topping the list. Nothing pisses me off like this. This pissed me off a lot as well. Very skill based. This is hard to 100%, so it can go here. I'm gonna put it just below Left 4 Dead, I think. Pretend there's another tier above Super Anger and just put Dead Rising in there. Bugged, which is annoying. Poor controls, which is annoying. Poor controls, which is annoying. Fucking infuriating. A lot to do. A lot to do that I just don't have patience for. A lot to do. Annoying levels. The perfect one! I don't really remember like anything, so I'll put it below between Brotherhood and Revelation, because I don't remember 100% things in this being bad, but I remember the tank mission for Da Vinci in this. Collectathon with regular maps, Collectathon with combat challenges, tedious achievements, Collectathon. We'll put that way to the top. Collectathon. I really don't think this was all that bad, but I want to leave it up there, honestly. Easiest thing you'll ever do in your life. Your little collectathon with Cuttlefish, easiest thing. No. Collectathons. This, I'm going to move even lower down, honestly. This, I just don't remember enough about. Easy. I'll put you above Deadlock, I think. And then, yeah, okay, I agree with all of that. So, to the best of my memory, this is every game I've ever tried to 100%, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm pretty happy with this order. So, yeah. If there's anything you agree or disagree with, if you've ever tried to 100% any of these yourself, let me know. I'm curious. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Shut the fuck up past Jamsy. Fucking twat. The guy just has no idea what he's on about, guys. I'm sorry for leaving you alone with him so long. But back to present, Jamsy. I know you prefer me, right, guys? So, yeah. Back to, like, 7th of July, Jamsy. So, if y'all enjoy, let me sell out. Drop a like, subscribe, go comment down below. Say you enjoyed, or give me your opinions. Let me know if you've ever tried to 100% a game. Let me know if you think my tier list is accurate. Let me know if you think you would have moved anything around. Let me know what games you like. Just let me know any of that. I love you all, and I'll catch up with you soon. So, see ya.